I think it is working now. Waiting for the screen. Yeah, yes, it is working now. So let's start the video. Let's start going live. Yes, this screen is visible now, live. So I will go to incognito mode and I will search for ChatGPT. And here what I will type. Yesterday I was trying to improve my English with vocabularies and other things. So now I will tell to ChatGPT to hey GPT make my English better. I actually lack in phrases making and sentence arrangement and sometimes vocabulary. Vocabulary. So give me ideas about casual and formal and simple conversation tips so that I can improve my English speaking skill. I don't know I'm wrong or right. I just typed something or something, but let's see what ChatGPT replies. Yeah, here we go. Absolutely, improving your English speaking skill is a gradual process, and there are several practic- practical tips you can use to improve your phrasing, sentence structure, vocabulary, and overall fluency. Uh, Here's a breakdown for tips for formal, casual, formal, and simple conversation. Okay, so why I'm speaking English? I don't have to use Hindi words now because currently I'm focusing simple speaking English, only simple speaking English. So the first step is casual conversation tips. Casual conversation tips are informal, often used with friends, family, and or in relaxed settings. Okay, so here it is. Guys, you can see what it says. The first step says casual conversation are formal, often used with friends, family, or in relaxed settings. So if you are sitting in front of a normal person, if we are trying to be a friendly approach, then we can use this type of casual sentence which we will use in our daily life to connect to someone in English. So these types of sentence we generally don't use in a formal talks. uh, this conversation tend to a friendly easygoing tone. Easygoing tone. Okay. A. Use contraction and simple phrases. In casual speech, people tend to use contraction. Example: I am instead of I am. I am. I am instead of I am. I am. They generally don't say I am. They just say I am. You are. You are. instead of you are, you are, because this is a casual conversation. But during official conversation, we don't use this type of thing. You are. It makes the conversation sound more natural and less stiff. Examples: what's up instead of what is up. Okay, what's up means what is up. Now I'm realizing this. What's up means what is up. I'm good, thanks. Instead of I'm good, thank you. I'm good, thanks. That's a good approach. Okay, okay, guys, how are you doing? In this way, we can learn English and make sentences better. Next sentence is let's hang out soon. Instead of let us hang out soon. Let's hang out soon. We just merged us into this. We just combine both let and us and make let's. Be friendly and relaxed. Casual conversation often a relaxed tone, and you can use friendly expressions like hey, how it's going? Long time no see. Okay, hey, how it's going? How are you doing? How it's going? Long time no see. What have you been up to? It was good catching up with you. It was good catching up with you. See, use filters. It was good catching up with you. A relaxed mode, a friendly mode. This type of mode we will use during a friendly mode. Okay. So during friendly conversation or relaxed conversation, we can use this type of casual words, friendly expressions in English. Hey, how it's going? Long time no see. What have you been up to? It was good catching up with you. Okay. So next, what to do? Mm, okay. Let's proceed further to the next step. Use fillers, but don't overdo it. In everyday speech, it's natural to use words like like, so, etc. This gives you a moment to think while speaking, making you sounds more fluent. I was like, okay, so actually use fillers, but don't overdo it. Use fillers means you can take time to make sentence arrangement. This is the way to just take more time to think. But the front person should not understand that you are taking time to make arrangement of sentence. To hide this, you can use this type of word, but doing it, but we should not do overdo it. We should not overdo it, because if the front person understand that he don't know much English and he just want to express the hide, he just want to hide their mistakes, so that's why he's taking using these fillers. So we don't have to overdo this, but for some time we can use this to get to so that we can think and proceed further, so that we can take time in thinking. Like again I'm starting using it. Okay, I was like so tired yesterday. I was like okay, so what do you think about the movie? What do you think about the movie? Okay, so what do you think about the movie? So what do you think about the movie? Okay, so here after so we are relaxing and making sentences as phrases to put it in a better way. Also, it will help me to make our sentence, as well as it will make me help me thinking. But we should not overdo it, because if the front person understand that you are hiding your mistakes, just you don't know how to speak fluently, then maybe you will lag there. Okay, so proceed to the next step. Practice co- colloquial expression and phrase verbs. Native speakers often use expressions that are more informal. For example, I mean, okay. So what native speakers do? For example, if you have shown Shark Tank India, there one there some people say I'm out. What does it actually mean in a formal way? I agree and I am interested, or I am interested. So rather than saying I am interested or I agree, they will just say I'm in. That means they are interested uh, in that business. I will get back to you. I will respond later. It sounds very formal, and sometimes we use this type of word in a real conversation, in a formal conversation also. But yes, this sentence is very good. I will get back to you. Means if we want some time to manage someone, and I would just want to give some times to manage someone, so we will use this type of sentence. I will get back to you. No worries. Don't worry about it. Okay. No worries. Is if we want to give sympathy someone in English, so don't worry about it. If we just say don't worry about it, it sounds very formal and natural for approach. That means we are not connected to that person that much. So if we want to do it more casually, then we say no worry, no worries. That means we are connecting much better. Okay. So formal conversation tips. Now we are moving. Till yet I was talking about a formal casual conversation, but now we are moving to formal conversation. Here we will not use much short words, but in current scenario here, what the Gen Z people think, Gen Z people think just that talking more short and sweet way is a good approach for Gen Z people. But yeah, Gen Zs are very smart of doing things, because they don't follow the old structure. They are very advanced. They are using very advanced technology, and after that advanced technology, because they are actually creating a layer of abstraction. What does it mean? Layer of abstraction means there is a layer of a technology, of a stack, which is already built. Rather than going in details what the things are going on, how the things work, they just use that application and make new application on the basics of that old stack. That's called abstraction. That's a programming object oriented programming concept, but in real life we also apply this. Okay, so formal conversation tips is more structured and polite. Okay, formal conversation is more structured and polite. You might use this in a professional settings with people you don't know well, or in academic context. Okay, formal conversation is very structured and polite. if you are talking to someone in a formal way, in a structured way, in a polite way, that's that that is what I usually do in every place. I follow this formal communication approach, uh, in which I just talk in a very structured and polite way. You might use this in a professional settings with people you don't know well, or in academic context. Means if you are talking to someone you don't know, then what you have to follow? You have to follow this structured and polite way to communicate. If you're communicating in a very bad manner, then the surrounding will also think that this guy is mannerless, so uh, they will try to avoid that person. Okay, yeah, the guy is very having a very low thinking approach, so people try to neglect them. But at the same time, if you are trying in a very structured and polite way, when you are connecting with a random new uh, person, so what will happen there? They will think the man is good. You might use it in professional settings, and for there it is important to communicate in formal way, because what happened is my current company, Milan Davesar, is actually having a formal approach. But what they have, actually, this is the major problem with big businessmen, so because they don't know how to communicate in a very formal way for some businessmen. But I think Milan Dave sir is good because he traveled to US, so he is a very good guy. He is what I am speaking here. I am on YouTube live, and I am expressing everything. He actually traveled in US. That means he has a lot of knowledge. So what his problem is that he actually use more harder and formal word, more heavy words. But for client, that doesn't matter. They want a very short and concise way, in a short and sweet way message. So for that's why he asked us Gen Zs that how we will. Actually, there is no one is Gen Z. Only I am Gen Z. Uh, but for youth, they will ask youth that how to write in a more direct way, because what happening currently is people are just avoiding more formal, going more formal, because if they try to make the front person understand, don't to show like that I am so smart and you are nothing. This type of approach we use generally in front of newcomers, but after some time we don't have to use this type of approach. We have to use very simple words so that the front person should not think that he is trying to be very smart, but he is not smart uh, in that context. So that's why, but actually Milan sir is smart, and that's why to go at that level according to the client level, what he tried to do, he tried to go ask to us that can we do it more soft and direct way. That's his approach. Next to from where I started and from where I gone. But yes, it will improve English. Formal tips. Okay, avoid contraction. In formal situation, it's better to avoid contraction. It sounds more polished. Means you don't have to use very small and concise way to talk. But in current scenario, what I'm hearing, that people try to be so people try to send their message in very small, very short and sweet way, so that the front function could understand in a better way. So they don't use very heavy words there. For example, I'm interested instead of I am, instead of I am, I am instead of I am, I will, I will do this, I'll do this. You can see the difference. I will do this, I will do this, I will do this. That means it sounds a very formal approach. I will do this, I will do this. That means it's a very casual approach. Do not instead of don't. I do not like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. I do not like this. Yeah, there is a little bit of difference in formal and casual conversation. You can find out here. Use polite expression. Being polite is key for formal settings. Use expressions like would you mind if, 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 could you please, I would. Means would, could, can, may, might. This type of questions is generally asked in a polite expression in a formal way. Be polite in the key of formal settings. Use expression like would you mind if, would you mind if I take a pen from here? Could you please give me a pen? I would appreciate if you do this. Use complete sentence and structured phrase. In formal, yes, this is important. In formal communication, you don't have to use small words, small phrases. Formal speech tend to avoid short, clipped sentence. Use complete sentence and avoid too many casual words. Okay. Casual. I don't know. I don't know. Formal. I'm not sure at the moment. Wow. Great. I don't know. I'm not sure at the moment. Means this is the difference in formal and informal communication. I don't know. I'm not sure at the moment. I'm not sure at the moment. I'm not sure at the moment. Good day. Expand your vocabulary. Vocabulary. In formal settings, you can show off your vocabulary to make strong impressions. For example, instead of saying, I don't understand, you might say, I'm afraid I don't fully com- comprehend. Instead of saying, I don't understand. In formal settings, you can show off vocabulary to make a strong impressions. Yes, it is necessary. In formal communication, you have to use heavy words sometimes to show front person that you are a very good person in communication in English in English fluency. So sometimes it's important to use heavy words in formal communication, but in casual conversation we have to use simple words. But what the current market scenario says that you have to be try to be more casual to connect to the client. It's important to be casual to connect to the clients. You don't have to always be in a very formal approach. That was current market scenario says. I have learned this, but yeah, good. Hmm. Instead of saying I'm okay, you might say that's quite acceptable. Thank you. Okay, so what they are doing, they are just making a sentence with with heavy words. They are just throwing heavy words. Simple conversation tips. Simple conversation tips refers to keeping things clear and easy to understand, especially if you are still building your language skills. Okay, what the simple conversation refers? It refers to keeping things clear and easy to understand. That means keeping things clear. We don't, we should not mess all the things during saying anything. It should be very clear what I want to say. We don't have to use much heavy words during simple conversation. Easy to understand, so that the front person could understand easily. There was a teacher during when I was in class 10th. There was a teacher. His name is Alex Korean. He used very simple English to make the all the students understand everything so easily. So he was a good English speaker, and people love to learn with him. But I don't know currently where he is. But yeah, that man is a good guy in speaking English. Use short and clear sentence. Start with simple sentence structure, especially if you are not confident yet. Use subject plus verb plus object SVO sentence. Examples: I like coffee. She plays tennis. They're coming to the party. Don't overcomplicate. Don't worry about using difficult words or overly complex sentence. Focus on clarity. You can gradually improve your vocabulary over time. Means don't worry about using difficult words or overly complex sentence. Means you don't have to use very difficult words, very heavy words, or overly complex sentence. Or you don't have to design a very uh, bigger sentence so that person could understand. You can draw a small sentence so that it will be easy to say and also for front person to understand. You can gradually improve your vocabulary over time. Example: instead of I was feeling quite exhausted due to the long hour of work yesterday. Wow, I was feeling quite exhausted due to the long hour of work yesterday. Try. I was trying after working long hours yesterday. I was tired after working long hours yesterday. It's very difficult for me currently to pronounce these kind of things because I'm a very beginner in English. I don't know much. So here it is. Instead of saying I was feeling quite exhausted due to the long hour of work yesterday. Try. I was tired after working long hours yesterday. I was tired. I was very tired after working long hours yesterday. Yes, I have to follow this. Next is learn basic phrase for every situation. Master some basic phrases that are usually for any conversation. Greeting. Learn basic phrases for every situation. Means you have to learn basic phrases what we use generally in our sentence. So yes, I have to learn basic phrases which we have to use, we can use in our daily everyday situation. Master some basic phrases that are useful for any Conversation. Greeting. Hello, how are you? Introduction. My name is Om. Nice to meet you. Asking question. What do you do for fun? Where are you from? Expressing gratitude. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Appreciate. It's a good word actually. Avoid thinking grammar. In the beginning, it's important to focus on communication, not perfection. Mistakes are okay as long as the message is clear. Okay, so I don't have to focus on grammar first. I have to focus on making. It's important to focus on communication, not perfection. So, what I have to practice, I have to practice to communicate in English. I have to practice to describe the things in English. But if the front person says something and at that time I will be blank, that's and different. That will be a weak point for me. But the same. Continue. In the beginning, it's important to focus on communication, not perfection. Mistakes are okay as long as the message is clear. Means mistakes are okay as long as the message is clear. Overthinking grammar can make you freeze up while speaking. Yes, this actually happens. Overthinking grammar can make you freeze up while speaking. This always happens to me actually during making sentences. Sometimes I forgot to improve my grammar, and that's why I freeze up while speaking. But now I think if it says that avoid thinking grammar, that means I can directly communicate whatever in my mind. I will directly say it. That will be on my mouth. No hesitation, just say it. Okay, and use simple sentence and a very concise sentence. General tips for improving English speaking. Listen and repeat. Listening is okay to improve speaking. Watch English TV shows, movies, and listen to podcasts. Repeat sentences after the speakers. Mimic their tone and intonation. So, yes, I have to consume English content to learn English, but actually, I think it's little difficult for me to consume English content. That's so hard, but yeah, I have. If I want something, then I have to sacrifice my real niche. I have to go for English shows, English movies, English listening to podcast, English podcast. Yeah, there was a man I was listening him, but in, now I don't like his philosophy. I will not. I will not public his name. Uh, Repeat each sentence after the speakers. You have to repeat each sentence after the speakers. Mimic their tone and notation. You have to repeat each sentence after the speaker. What if speaker says, you have to repeat. If a speaker says hello, then you have to speak hello in their tone, not in your tone. And notation, where he stops, you also have to stop. Make a stop. Just try to mimic them. Okay, this is the way. Okay, this is the way. Expand your vocabulary. Expand your vocabulary. Read a lot. The more words you learn, the easier it will be to express yourself. Try learning new words and use them in your daily conversation. See, Engaging daily practice. Make speaking practice a part of your daily routine. Practice with friends, language partners, or even in front of the mirror. Speaking regularly helps with fluency. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Mistakes are a natural part of learning. Every time you make one, it's an opportunity to improve. Don't hesitate to try two new things when speaking. Summary of key tips. Casual conversation, relax, user contraction, keep sentences simple, use colloquial expressions, and don't be afraid of filters. Formal communications, avoid contractions, use polite and complete sentences, expand your vocabulary, simple conversation, use clear, short sentences, and don't worry about complex grammar. Focus on communication. By practicing these strategies regularly, you will become more confident in both casual and formal conversation. Keep learning and don't hesitate to keep practicing. So yes, hi guys. In this way, we can uh, use ChatGPT to improve my English. And you can see my live videos on YouTube. I'm just stopping this video right now. And if you love the video, you can like the video, you can subscribe my channel. All the best. And I'm going offline now. Thank you.